Cracked Dome, The Martial Arts of the Little Gangsters. Chapter 1 The Wind Rises, Chaos Boy. The morning light is faint, and Xiaoyang Town, a big city of rivers and lakes, has not yet fully woken up. In the streets and alleys, the noise is mixed with the shouting of vendors and the sharpening of swords. Gu Lingfeng, an 18-year-old gangster, dressed in shabby linen clothes and armed with an iron rod, was fighting with two ruffians. Presumptuous! A burly man roared and swung his sword. Gu Lingfeng flashed sharply, swinging his stick to fight back. His moves were rough but flexible. Lingfeng, don't make trouble. Friend Suya shouted softly, but he understood that this scuffle could not be avoided. Gu Lingfeng's father, who was once a well-known martial artist, mysteriously disappeared a year ago. Since then, his family has fallen into the middle of the road, and he can only earn a living by fighting. Lingfeng longed to break through the status quo, but he had no way out. After an accidental fight, Gu Lingfeng accidentally rescued a mysterious old man, who called himself Yun Zizi and possessed a peerless martial art, splitting the sky gong. Chapter 2, Yun Zizi's Test. Yun Zizi told Gu Lingfeng that the firmament-splitting skill was the pinnacle of martial arts, which could split the sky and control the power of heaven and earth. But cultivation is difficult, and it requires a strong mind and extraordinary perseverance. I'd like to pass on some of your mental methods, but you have to pass the test first. Yun Zizi spoke earnestly. The test is in the deep mountains and old forests, a testing ground full of spirit beasts and illusions. Lingfeng is trapped in it and encounters various dangers, tigers, poisonous snakes, and even phantom self-doubt. With every sweat and injury, he grows. Finally, he comprehended the first true meaning of the firmament-splitting technique, to feel the heaven and earth with his heart, and to move the firmament with martial arts. Chapter 3 The Road to Rise is Notorious. Back in Xiaoyang Town, Lingfeng began to use his newly learned martial arts to repel the ruffians, and gradually became famous. But at the same time, it also attracted the jealousy of the gangsters in the town, the Xianming gang. The gang leader Shui Herfeng is the strongest person in the local area, and his methods are ruthless, vowing to exterminate Gu Lingfeng, an outlier. Fighting one after another, Lingfeng not only honed his martial arts, but also began to comprehend the deep mystery of the splitting the sky technique. Martial artists not only won with strength, but also broke the enemy with heart. Chapter 4 Mysterious Allies, Conspiracy Behind the Scenes. In a duel with the Xianming gang, Lingfeng rescued a woman dressed in silver, Yun Yao. She has a mysterious background and strong strength, and claims to be the heir of the Wind Shadow Gate. Yun Yao told Lingfeng that the entire Jianghe was actually controlled by a dark force, the Wuji sect, and the splitting the sky gong was the key to breaking this darkness. The two formed an alliance to fight against the Wuji sect together, but the conspiracy behind it gradually emerged. It turned out that the disappearance of Lingfeng's father was actually related to the supreme leader of the Wuji sect, the Black Devil. Chapter 5 The bloody battle is endless, and the darkness collapses. Lingfeng and Yun Yao led the team deep into the Wuji sect's main altar, encountering layers of traps and powerful enemies. Fighting all the way, they uncovered the true face of the Black Demon. He was actually a traitor to the leader of the martial arts alliance back then. On the night of the decisive battle, Lingfeng performed the ultimate secret of the sky-splitting technique, splitting the sky, and his momentum shocked everyone. In the life and death duel, Lingfeng successfully defeated He Shizi with his tenacity and wisdom, liberated the world of martial arts, and revived the righteousness of the martial arts world. Chapter 6 The Road to the Peak, Cracking the Dome. After the storm, peace was restored. Gu Lingfeng was revered as the leader of the new generation of martial arts alliances, but he knew that the cultivation of the splitting the sky gong would never end. He walked the rivers and lakes side by side with Yun Yao, helping more lost warriors and pushing martial arts to new heights. Splitting the sky is not only strength, but also state of mind. Lingfeng said to Yun Yao in the setting sun, "Our path has just begun." Chapter 7 The wind and clouds rise again, and the rivers and lakes are turbulent. The days of peace did not last long, and the remnants of the Wuji sect secretly stirred up and tried to make a comeback. Gu Lingfeng and Yun Yao sensed that a dark force was recruiting troops all over the rivers and lakes, preparing to launch a larger-scale attack. Gu Lingfeng gathered his former allies and established the Heaven-Splitting Alliance, vowing to protect the peace of the rivers and lakes. There are many heroes from all walks of life in the alliance, including the agile and treacherous strategist Mu Ruying, the strong martial arts Iron Fist man Duan Basian, and the agile female assassin Chuang Ning. However, at this moment, Ling Feng received a mysterious letterhead with only one sentence on it, cracking the sky, starting from the heart and ending with life. He knew that the real test had just begun. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 8 The Secret of the Heavens, the True Meaning of the Cracked Dome. With Mu Ruying's assistance, the Heaven-Splitting Alliance discovers a forgotten ancient ruin, which is said to be the original birthplace of the firmament-splitting technique. Ling Feng and Yun Yao and their party went deep into the ruins and encountered layers of mechanisms and spirit beasts guarding them. In the ruins, Ling Feng accidentally opened a ceiling mirror, and an image was reflected in the mirror. The true secret of the firmament-splitting gong is not only the power of martial arts, but also a mental method that can control the aura of heaven and earth. However, this power has a great price. If the mind is not strong, it will be swallowed by the aura of heaven and earth, and the self will be destroyed. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 9 The Demon of the Heart is tempered, and the fate is wrong. Just as Ling Feng was fully comprehending the profound true meaning of the split firmament, the inner demon trial quietly descended. In the illusion of trials, Ling Feng confronts the truth about his past weaknesses, fears, and even the disappearance of his father. In the illusion, he saw that his father Gu Xuanyu was not missing, but was imprisoned in another space by the ancestors of the Wuji sect, becoming one of the sources of the power of splitting the sky. Ling Feng was in a desperate struggle and almost wanted to give up. However, the encouragement of Yun Yao and his allies allowed him to regain his faith, and finally cut off the shackles of his inner demons, and his state of mind broke through to a new level. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 10 Breaking Through the Alien Space, Father and Son Reunited. Relying on the split firmament gong advanced mental method, Ling Feng led his allies into another dimension. It is full of warped time and space and strange aura, and everyone struggles to move forward. Finally, they found Gu Xuanyu, who had been imprisoned for many years. When the father and son were reunited, Gu Xuanyu taught Ling Feng the final move, Sky-Splitting Soul, which could condense the aura of heaven and earth into a power that broke the sky and the earth. However, the other dimension begins to disintegrate, and everyone must evacuate as soon as possible. Ling Feng exerted all his strength, led everyone through the rift in time and space, and successfully escaped. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 11 Heaven and Earth Shake, Final Showdown. The remnants of the Wuji sect gathered their last strength and decided to launch a general attack. The Sky-Splitting Alliance is ready to usher in the largest battle in history. The place of the decisive battle was chosen to be the Firmament Peak outside Xiaoyang town, where the power of the split firmament gong was most concentrated, and the aura of heaven and earth was surging. Ling Feng and the successor of the Black Demon finally went head to head. The two collided with each other, and the brilliant light that cracked the sky tore the sky, and in the shadow of the sword and sword, he defeated the opponent with a sky-splitting soul, and the rivers and lakes finally ushered in the long-lost peace. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 12 Martial Dao Peak, Split Dome Mood. After the war, Ling Feng did not stop. He knows that martial arts are endless, and he continues to deduce and innovate the mental method of splitting the sky. He and Yun Yao made an oath on the Sky Peak to carry forward the sky-splitting skill and protect the sustainable peace of the rivers and lakes. In the rivers and lakes, the Heaven-Splitting Alliance has become a symbol of justice, and countless warriors have come to join this long road of martial arts. Gu Ling Feng used sweat and blood to compose a martial arts legend belonging to the Gangsters, and also made the prestige of the cracked sky forever engraved on the sky of rivers and lakes.